Yeah, my name is Saif Al-Hashmi. I'm consultant psychiatrist in Muscat, Sultanate of Oman. Our study is about suicide rate in Oman in a 10-year period from January 2000 to December 2010. The reason for doing the study, as we all know, depression is very common and suicide is getting more and more common every year. Despite that, there are no studies that were conducted in Oman. This is our first study. And even in the Arab and Islamic countries, there are very few up-to-date studies looking into this issue. That's one reason. The other reason was that the idea was spread that because we are Arabic and Islamic countries, we didn't have any suicide, and even some people who are totally ignoring it, which is not true. And what made me do the study first is that I had a patient who was a young chap who was a religious imam. He's in a mosque, in a big mosque, and he just committed suicide. So that was my first reason, really personal reason, to go and do a study. The aim of the study was to establish a data on exactly first answering the question, do we really have suicide or not? And then to establish a data looking into the suicide rate and build on that one to every year to update it and to do our retrospective studies later on to analyze the causes. Our method, we looked into cases that are reported into the forensic department of Oman Police Department. Those samples that are included, the ones that are really autopsied, reported and documented that it is a suicide, not other things, not any other causes of suicide. Our conclusion from the study, in a 10-year period, we had 599 cases, of which 97 were females and 502 males, with a ratio of 1 to 5. The average suicide cases is around 59.9 cases per year per population. Our population, the latest census of population is around 3 million. This makes our suicide rate per 100,000 per year is 1.99%, 1.99. The lowest number of suicide in Oman was in the year 2000. It was around 38, and the highest was in 2008 of 62. The number of cases in female remained between 7 to 10 cases per year. There was only one peak in 2008, which was around 15 cases. Whereas in males, it was a range between 31 to the 57 cases per year. The most affected group were adolescents. Unfortunately, between 11 and 20 years, they were accounting for 215 cases, accounting for around 5.8%. Looking to the nationalities of victims, majority were Asian nationals, of around 415. Because of Oman, in the Gulf, we had so many expatriates, laborers of low socioeconomic class, and the majorities were East Asian, around 415, forming around 68.2%. Oman is accounted for around 14.25% of 87 cases over the 10-year period, with annual average rate of 8.7. So this puts Oman in the low category, on the low countries that have low suicide rate of 1.99%, of around 2 per 100,000 per year. The study took us a long time because even the results, we also looked into the gender variation. In Oman, we have so many districts, regions, according to occupation, according to the gender, according to the place of occurrence, according to the most affected, the means that is used, and the most affected part affected in the body. Thank you very much. That's very small, short presentation.